I turned my late-night coding sessions into a cybersecurity startup with 22 employees and clients across the West Coast. My app has been featured in a tech magazine twice, and I thrive on hard work. My partner, Jack, 34, was a talented mixologist making cocktails that made headlines, until a long-term pain issue ended his career. We decided I would lead the business while he managed our home, a routine we perfected. Our loft was a 3-bedroom apartment in Santa Monica, with beautiful views and a modern kitchen. The rent was $4,800 a month. My name was on the lease, my money paid. Every bill in my vision was in every detail, from the simple decor to the smart home system. Then Chloe, Jack's older sister, 46, burst into our lives like a bad computer program. She was jobless with a history of failed businesses and a talent for blaming everyone else. She showed up on a rainy Tuesday with a backpack and a grin. "Hey, little brother," she said, pushing past Jack. "Just need a place to crash." I stood in the kitchen, my laptop open, and felt shocked. "Chloe, what's going on?" I asked, my voice tight. She dropped onto my leather couch. "Life's a disaster, Eleanor. Just a week, okay?" A week turned into a takeover. By day 10, Chloe had claimed the guest room, taken over my food delivery apps, and left. Coffee stains on my glass desk. "Nice job," she sneered one morning as I rushed to a meeting, letting Jack play house while you play big shot. I gave Jack a look. He played with the dish towel, staying silent. She replaced my art with cheap posters, painted the small bathroom bright pink, and called it Good Vibes. Jack mumbled, "She's struggling. Let her stay." I bit my tongue. Chloe wasn't temporary. By week 3, she was planning something. Sipping my wine at 10 a.m., she said, "This loft is perfect for Mom and Dad. They're tired of that old house. You and Jack could get a small place in Phoenix. Sounds cozy, right?" I laughed a cold laugh. "You're not serious," she smirked. "Eleanor, this place is too big for 2 people. Share the wealth." Jack stared at the floor, saying nothing. The final straw came when I came home to chaos. My laptop's journals and even my award plaques were packed in boxes like I was the intruder. Chloe was lying on my couch, scrolling on her tablet. Jack stood by the fridge holding one of my chargers, his eyes empty. "What is this?" I demanded. Chloe grinned. "Getting ready for Mom and Dad. They arrive Friday. They'll need the master suite." My voice shook. "You're moving them into my home?" She shrugged. "It's a lease, Eleanor. Calm down. I'm turning your office into a podcast studio for Dad." I stared at Jack. "You let her do this?" He whispered. I tried to slow her down. My chest felt tight. "You watched her erase me." Chloe stood there, looking smug. "You're strong, Eleanor. You'll adjust." I didn't yell. I grabbed my tablet, opened the lease with my name and my terms, and held it up. "You want this loft?" I said. "Take it." Chloe blinked. Jack froze. I grabbed my keys, dropped them on the counter, and walked out. "Rent's due soon," I yelled back. "Hope you have $4,800. I stayed at a hotel, then moved to my brother's place in Oakland. The next morning, I logged into the tenant portal and filed a 30-day lease termination. My contract, my decision. I wanted them to get comfortable and unpack their fantasies. To think they had won. I let Chloe celebrate. Jack texted that night, feeling desperate. "I didn't agree to this. I'm choked. Can we meet?" We did at a diner. He looked exhausted, his hands shaking as he held his coffee. "I'm sorry," he said. "Chloe is impossible, and Mom always follows her lead. I didn't know how to fight back." "You didn't try," I said. He nodded, his eyes wet. "I'm ending the lease," I told him. 30 days. His face fell. "You're kicking us out?" I leaned in. "Let Chloe think she's in charge." She's not. Chloe went all in, posting smug selfies, with captions like, "Celebrating our new home." She took my bedroom, turned my office into a content creation space, and pushed Jack into a tiny room. Neighbors texted me updates. Chloe's parents moved in acting like they owned the place. They didn't know I had pulled the plug. Days before the deadline, I called the manager. "The apartment is ready on Friday. No new lease." Chloe called me furious. "You can't do this. We're all moved in." I sipped my latte. "You moved in without permission. My lease, my rules. Rent is $4,800. Good luck." She gasped. "We sold their house for this." I paused. "Next time, don't steal what's mine." Eviction day was horrible. A neighbor sent me a video clip. Chloe was yelling at the manager. Her mom clutching a vase and her dad complaining about scams. Jack stood away from them silent. They had spent all their money on the move. New furniture, social media posts, no backup plan. Chloe begged for a new lease, then went pale at the price. They ended up in a cheap motel. Then Chloe got a job as a barista with her parents in tow and broke. Jack moved into my brother's small apartment. We started small with takeout dinners and quiet talks. He started making mocktails again just for us. Therapy followed. First alone, then together. Not to fix things, but to rebuild. I bought a sleek condo in Los Angeles, mine alone. Jack hung one light fixture with no strings attached. Months later, I saw Chloe outside a check-cashing business. Her jacket was torn, her arrogance was gone. She didn't speak. I didn't care. That night, Jack and I shared takeout. "She thought she had won," he said. I smirked. She didn't know winning means walking away.